Hey, what's up, everybody? Brooke here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Happy hump day. I don't even know what the date is. Look how crazy my hair is. It is, hold on, it's the 10th. It's April 10th, 2024. And I wanted to do a video because it's been a little while. I wanted to talk about my weight loss update. So first off, I'm on break right now. My hair is crazy. My hands are dirty. I am working, but I wanted to make a video really quick about my weight loss. So the weird thing is that I've never looked into like Ozempic. That's like a weight loss drug. And I literally have only heard of Ozempic from people asking me if I took it to lose weight. And no, I did not take Ozempic. I did not take any drugs of any kind to lose almost 40 pounds in 3 months. I'd say I think I'm at 34 pounds. So I guess, okay, so let's say 30 pounds in 3 months. But yeah, it's crazy. I'm going to be completely honest about what I did, and it's not anything that is hokey or anything like that. It's literally just cut, dry discipline, and also just being very consistent with what I'm trying to do on this side of my health. So, the beginning of January, I'd say the second week of January, I just was so over just feeling badly, right? So I had stopped drinking coffee at the end of last year. And the tail ends, in December, the end of December. And I wasn't feeling well. I did not feel well when I stopped coffee. And it's so weird, too, because I've drank coffee and then stopped, drank coffee, stopped. But this time around, I really felt very bad. I didn't feel right. And I'm having these headaches that are lasting for days. They're not going away. I felt so I had cotton mouth. I'm like, what is wrong with me? And then I literally just sat down, and I have my my Hobonichi Teco. Well, this is a cousin, and I was writing down. I was doing an inventory. I was like, well, okay, so what do I want? So what's up? And this is the 1,000th meeting I've had with myself, and I'm like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? What's really good? You know what I mean? You're always doing yo-yo diets. You're always going back and forth. You're always binge eating when you're upset. You have Hashimoto's, and this is me talking to myself. And I'm like, what are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? So the thing that I did for the first time in my life is say that I'm going to take things a day at a time. I'm not going to do these long month ahead planning sessions, goal setting for the month, all this other stuff, because it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. I'm not saying it doesn't work for other people. I'm sure that if you set a goal and, it's nice to have goals and then hit the goals or exceed the goals or maybe miss the goals, but at least you did it and you're being, aware of your goals. For me, I'll write a goal and I won't look at it again. Or if I don't hit it, or if I had a bad week, whatever, I get really discouraged. So I told myself, I was like, you're going to take it a day at a time. That's it. You only have today. You can't plan for tomorrow. Yesterday already happened. So literally just work for today. And I have to say that was kind of a real aha moment for me because again, I'm someone that does not do well with, goal setting, because then I get depressed if I don't hit my goals, and the more goals I don't hit in a list of goals that I have set, the more discouraged that I get, so the second week of January, I was like, all right, so what are we doing? Okay, no coffee, obviously, right? Drinking more water, getting more consistent sleep. Okay, that's a big one because I took the true crime thing out of my mental diet, which I want to do another video on because I've gotten some good comments recently on that video I did a year ago, and it still stands. I'm still someone that thinks that, aside from your food, dietary, actual diet, you have a mental diet, and I just feel like watching, consuming content, listening to dark music, that stuff's not good for you. It's not good for you. That's just my opinion. I've seen the results, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it. But anyway, so I started to kind of just start picking things up. I stopped eating heavy processed vegan food, which I've been a vegan a long time. I've been a vegetarian a long time. I believe in it. I don't eat animals, but I will say that, the mainstream vegan scene is just not promoting health. I mean, you have Gardein, you have Beyond Meat burgers, and it's yes, okay, if you want to have meat, that's cool, but that's not the diet. That's the side piece. Being a vegetarian is about eating vegetables. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. It's I was just eating a lot of comfort food, wings and I'm trying to think lots of bread, right? With all different types of funky, sandwich filler and things. Sorry, I'm like literally on break, so I can't like cut this video or anything like that. Okay, so yeah, so like I was just eating like I was just not eating well, and then all of like the vegan snacks and whatever, I was just eating really poorly. So I literally put my foot down and I'm like, today I'm not eating like that. Today I'm not eating that. I'm not eating that today. Maybe tomorrow if I fall off the wagon I'll have it, but I'm not eating like that. And the first couple weeks were really hard. The first couple weeks were very, very hard. But then it started to get easier, and then it started to get like I could do this, you know, and I started to. The weight loss happened pretty fast, but as they say, it takes like 8 weeks for people to actually notice your weight loss, or 8 to 12 weeks. But I noticed it in like the first couple of days. I wasn't as swollen, right? I cut the bread out. I wasn't as swollen. And it's like the top part of my stomach gets very bloated, and it was going away. And I was feeling good about myself. I was starting to get sleep. I'm like, okay, this is good. Like I need to have sleep. I need to get real sleep. My schedule's extremely tight and hectic and very unsustainable, without tons of, caffeine and just all types of stimulants to get me through the day. And it just wasn't working anymore. So as the days go on, I noticed that I felt more calm. I just felt better overall. You know, I felt the headaches went away. I stopped getting as hungry as I normally would. You know what I mean? Like, so I wasn't like by 10 o'clock during the day, even though I've done this a million times, like not eat during the day, whatever, I'll start to crave something a little bit, you know? And there's like this, on my job site, there's this, like natural health food store, which I love everybody there because I've been there like every day, you know, but I would start craving like a little nosh, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, let me get like a little granola or whatever, like what's up, you know, granola and chocolate chips, you know what I mean? But then I was like, nah, like we're gonna fast. That's what we're doing. We're going to fast at work and we'll eat at home, right? So what's happened to me in the past is when I would fast is that I would go home and binge, right? Straight up binge, like eat so much garbage. And a lot of times when I would fast during the day, I'd just drink coffee. Now, some people say, they're like, oh yeah, that counts as fasting. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. Fasting is the abstinence of all beverages other than water. Any type of calorie intake, in my personal opinion, from what I've seen work, is I personally, it does not work for me having any juice or having any type of caffeine, anything like that, because you're not really fasting. You're not really getting to an autophagy state. So it doesn't, it's different. It's very different, right? So what I started to notice after like the first week, I was going home and I wasn't binging, and I was having like a moment to like pause and be like, okay, what do we have in the, what's healthy? Sorry, I gotta put my glasses on because like, the sun's like very like bright. I was like, so what can I eat that is gonna satiate me, right? So I started to eat a lot of like guacamole and like just like different fruits and smoothies, and really playing with my smoothies, not just doing like, you know, this bomb like peanut butter chocolate, you know, whipped cream on top, banana. I mean, delicious. I make killer smoothies. But like, I stopped doing like the sweet tooth smoothies and started doing like the protein, you know, orange, banana. Like, it started to do like different types of smoothies, and it started to have a real different effect on me. It did than previously. So I was starting to notice I was getting more energy. Now after like a month, 6 weeks, now I'm starting to feel it. Now I'm starting to get more energy. My pants are loose. I'm not, again, feeling as bloated. I don't feel like I'm as puffy, especially in my face, as normal. And I'm starting to feel confident, you know. And now it's April. And so for the last couple of months, not only have I been able to sustain, you know, what I've been doing with the fasting, sleeping, being careful of what I'm consuming mentally, you know, whatever. And, you know, really, I mean, I'm not perfect because there's some music that comes on and I'm like, all right, you know, like whatever. But like, you know, I'll listen to like, you know, my problem is like, what is that? I forgot what it's called. It's like, I want to say it's club music, but it's kind of like in the morning. It's like, you know, whatever. It's like workout music. Like sometimes I just get into it, you know. But anyway, but I started to really notice that the weight was dropping like drastically. It wasn't really moving at first. It was a little bit, but it was more or less because I was less bloated. But now it's like every couple days I'm going on the scale. Doesn't matter any time, even if I ate whatever, like, and I dropped weight. Like I'm dropping weight like crazy. I'm really happy about that as well, because having Hashimoto's is difficult. And another thing too is that, like, you know, there's a lot of things that people talk about with Hashimoto's, what to avoid and things like that. And I do believe, like, gluten, and, you know, you really want to stay away from certain things. And I think just for me, it was like I was stuck in such a loop. It's so hard to get out of a loop when you're like in a loop, you know what I mean? Like, whether it be for weight loss, whether it be for like goal setting, or just in your life, ruts. It's a rut, I guess, but it's like you're running in like a hamster wheel. And I felt like I just wasn't getting to where I needed to go, right? So granted, it's only been a couple of months, but for someone that has struggled so much with losing weight, maintaining weight loss, and more so habits, right? Not falling back into bad habits. Like, there have been a couple of times I was like, well, why don't my husband will buy something, and I'm like, oh, why is he buying this, whatever. But then I'm like, I don't even want that. I want to feel good. I value feeling good and feeling like, you know, I'm in control of like my emotions and in control of what I'm eating and my diet, and just, you know, like how I handle things and how I cope, as opposed to like just jumping into, you know, a basket of friggin' macarons. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really value binge eating in the moment and then dealing with it later anymore, because now it's like, you know, I've been doing this for years, right? And now I'm at the point where I'm later. Like, this is later now, and this is time to really like be accountable for the behaviors that I set in my life, and especially because I do it day by day. I'm telling you, like, taking it day by day is key in my personal opinion and experience. Now, so I was like 197 around there. Like, I was making out with 200, all right? I was like all over that, right? And now I'm 164 around there. Like 60, maybe 62-ish around. It stinks too. I have to change my battery in my scale, because every time I go on it, I only get like maybe 4 seconds, so I can't really like move around, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I literally lost like over 30 pounds in 3 months, and it's literally, I'm not starving myself. Some people think fasting is starving. I'm not starving myself. I'm not hungry. You know what I mean? Like, I'm eating in a smaller eating window, and what I'm eating is very high nutrient value. So my body's getting what it needs. It's satiated, and I feel like it's a big difference. You know, it's funny too, because I did alternate day fasting. I've always flirted with fasting. I've always done fasting in different ways. I did intermittent fasting for years when I in my 20s. But I'll say this much, like, there's something about fasting that has a power that nothing else can come close to. It's just my personal experience. So I fast like over 20 hours a day, because from when I stop eating to when I get home from work, because when I get home, I go to pick up my kids and things like that. I'm running around. So there's like a long window that I'm not eating, you know, and people are like, oh, that's crazy. You know, you're starving yourself. I'm not, you know, and I think a lot of people need to learn about fasting, because there's a power in fasting. There's a power in giving your body a break to, you know what I mean? Like to digest, to relax, to work on other parts of the body, you know. There's this guy named Lauren Lockman. He hasn't posted on YouTube in a long time, but I actually did raw food coaching with him years ago. I really like him a lot. He's like a total like catalog of knowledge. He's a very interesting person, but he always talks about the benefits of fasting, and just like how, you know, obviously if you fast for longer periods of time, your body goes into a process that it does every single time. So let's say if you only fast 20 hours a day, it's not going to do different things every day, but you're going to get to a point where you're going to build, you know, the human growth hormone in your body, you know, the autophagy. You're going to help with insulin resistance. There's so many benefits. Not to make this a fasting video, but I will say that I've lost over 30 pounds in 3 months by cutting caffeine, by being very careful on what I watch, what I listen to, the things that I pay attention to, by eating really well, by eating clean, by not eating processed foods, by staying away from junk food, by not, you know, just having nonsense, having nonsense, right? And then honestly, just by being consistent. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, now I got to really step up my workout game. I work out a lot at work, literally, like I'm running around all day. I'm up and down floors all day. I skip the elevator a lot if I don't need it to like carry things. So it's really, really helpful. But I have to go back to work. I just wanted to pop in on here and just say, like, you know, this is a quick PSA. Like, you can do anything if you do it a day at a time. You may be someone that needs to lose 100 pounds, you know, and it might look so daunting, and the mountain might look so high, but when they say one step at a time, it's cheesy, but it's very true. Like, do it a day at a time. I'm really excited. I want to lose 20 more pounds, and then I'm going to, you know, just, I guess, continue what I'm doing. My body will get to a point where I think it'll stop losing weight maybe, but I'm just going to keep going, keep doing what I'm doing. I feel good, and I just wanted to share this video with you guys. All right, I'll check you back on the next video.